Dear children, let us start. This is the third part of lesson 1. So in previous part I was discussing about principles of OOP, object oriented programming. And two principles I have already explained, right? So there are four principles as you can see over the screen: data abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism and encapsulation. Right? So out of these I have already explained inheritance and polymorphism. Right? Now in this I will discuss encapsulation as well as data abstraction, because data abstraction is remaining, right? So let us go for the encapsulation. So this is encapsulation. So first understand the meaning of encapsulation. Encapsulation, the meaning is that to wrap something, to group something, right? What we are doing, we are grouping the things into a single unit. As earlier I told, we have two important things in a program: data members and functions. So what to do? We have to group these two things into a single unit. And in which unit we are grouping? In a class. It means, as I told in the earlier in the class definition, class is a container which describes the data members and functions of the object, or which describes the characteristics and behavior of the functions. So this is called the class. So from that definition you can understand clearly these data members and functions we are grouping, we are keeping into a single unit, that is called the class, and this is the encapsulation. By keeping data members and functions into a class, we are achieving the property or principle of encapsulation. Okay, so don't get confused. So you can see here every object has a data as well as function, right? I told every object will have a separate copy of the data, but the objects can communicate by the help of functions. So you can see by this diagram clearly these are communicating by the help of functions, right? By the help of arrows. And one more thing, these all are grouped into a single unit. And what we are calling that unit, class, right? Class, remember that. So don't get confused. This is called the encapsulation. Okay, so it is given in short also, this definition. For exam point of view, you can remember the system of wrapping data and functions into a single unit is known as encapsulation. Always remember, we are calling this single unit class, right? So this is all about the encapsulation. So it is given in that more detail. I told the main concept behind the encapsulation, right? So let us go for the last one, abstraction. Okay, so abstraction is given, the first one here, this abstraction. Okay, so this is abstraction. So data abstraction, first see this basic definition, is the act of representing the essential features without knowing the background details. It is relative to the purpose of user. I know you have not understood this. So let us consider an example. Suppose if you are going to purchase a TV in the market, so you will see the outer appearance of the TV. You will ask about the body as well as the working of the remote controls. You will not try to know that what is given inside that box, what kind of circuit is given, what kind of wires are given. It is easy. Same way in data abstraction also, we are not caring about the internal details, what is happening behind that. We just want the abstract detail, we want the essential detail. Okay, so this is the real world example. Now if I come to the software concept, to the computer concept, generally now you are the new beginner in the programming, so don't feel that we have not understood that. Okay, so try to understand that. So in software objects, some functions are already inbuilt. Okay, whoever has developed this programming language, they have already built some functions, so user need not to develop it again. User needs to use that function. Once again I am repeating, some functions, okay, which performs the work over the data, has already developed, has already written, right? So we do not require to write those functions again. If we want to write, of course we can write, but there is no advantage because those functions are already prepared. So what to do that? We have